What's something that everybody in Australia could take from the Aboriginal culture, a cultural practice, that would actually, if everybody in Australia did it, it would benefit everybody?
Family?
Family?
Yeah, I think a lot of, because we're all family orientated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we like to, you go to one house, there's usually a whole heap of people staying there.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But we're all, we're all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, family-wise, yeah.
Yeah, all my kids call my cousins auntie and uncle.
Mm.
Yeah.
They're like my sisters. My cousins are my sisters.
Yes.
The boys are my brothers.
Yep.
Our aunties are like our mothers.
Mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same as us. We actually even don't have a different word for mother and auntie. They're the same word. Is that the same for you? Yeah. No different word for father and uncle. They're all your father.
My aunties and uncles are my kids' grandparents.
Yeah, that's right. Same in Māori culture. And the same word. Grandparents is no different word. So yeah, I think everyone could benefit from that family connection, eh?
Back to your question, recently in Doomadgee we had Universal Children's Day, so we brought in elders from the community and they shared stories with 0 to 5 year olds, like all the kids and stuff like that haven't started school yet. And I think that telling stories and sharing stories is really important.
Yeah.
And that's what happens a lot in Doomadgee and in communities especially.
Right,
When we do go take the kids on camp, we take them up to my country, my tribe country, up to Lorne Hills and around Adele's area and that, because we've got 2 stations. Then we haven't we never took the kids to our stations. We took them up to our gorge, which is, in our language, Bujamala, which means the rainbow serpent. We take them up there and take them canoeing. They'll usually canoe up the gorge, to the gorge, and they do a lot of swimming up there and that. We like to sit down at night and tell them, stories of, if we take the older ones, but we haven't taken older ones this last trip to tell the kids stories.
What sort of stories do you share? Is there certain characters?
Different areas got different stories.
Different
stories. Yeah, because your brain's been learning through stories for like 100,000 years. It's been learning through reading for 5,000 years. So even the biology of your brain is way more set up to take on stories. And I think who we are is our stories. Your collection of your stories makes up who you are. So I think you're right. Everybody would benefit from more storytelling. The sense of belonging you get your cultural history, So the stronger your sense of belonging, the calmer your human stress response system is. So yeah, the more sense of belonging you hold internally, very much we see the better you do, the better you perform emotionally, academically, on just about all levels. So it's not just about a warm, fluffy thing, it's really about the actual outcomes of the child. The stronger that belonging is. Okay, so I agree totally so far. We should be more family orientated. We should focus much more on storytelling and oral histories.
At home we've got 2 main tribes there. The Gangalita tribe that lives, that on Doomadgee, and then we've got the Wanyi tribe.
Right.
So we've got dictionaries, because a lot of us, that were put in the dormitory, we were told not to speak our language. So we said, well, we'll get dictionaries done, and we got dictionaries in the school and teaching our children their language.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So at least a lot of our kids will know.
So much better for them, eh?
Yes, it will be better for them.
Just want to encourage parents to do that. You don't need that much knowledge to revitalise all of that within the kids. You just need the intention and to be trying. In your brain, to keep all the connections, to speak your native tongue, you only have to hear, on average, 60 words in that language in your first 1,000 days. So if you're singing 2 different Aboriginal nursery rhymes to the children in their first 1,000 days, within those 2 nursery rhymes, there are probably 60 words. Within 60 words, you will find all the unique sounds that exist in the Aboriginal language. So you don't have to be a fluent speaker to keep all the connections in your baby's head. You've got to know 60 words to keep all the connections in your baby's head. So I think that's good. It's easier than we might think it is. The whole country should be bilingual. You should grow up learning English and your local Aboriginal dialect. And that doesn't just integrate communities and enrich both sides, because when you learn another language, it's not just other words you learn another way of thinking, another way of solving problems, another way to be creative. It doubles your world. Everyone benefits from being bilingual. Hopefully, what I hope is that the people in Australia, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people, do the same as it is for Māori, actually, to realise that that we did have it right, that there's been a couple of generations really, and the big history, especially if you're an 80,000-year-old culture, then it's only really been warped in the last 150 years. That leaves 79,850 years where we got it right. Yeah, I just hope it validates that there is no lesser, or that they have to catch up with white man science or something. The white man science is saying that we were all getting it right in the first place, to sort of validate our culture.